Hello and welcome to Gold Squadron podcast coverage of round 3 of the X-Wing World Championships 2019. I'm Joel Killingsworth and I'm joined by Nami.
How's it going, Joel?
It's going great. How are you today?
Awesome. Round 3, X-Wing World Championship, Day 1 beat. Really no place I'd rather be, right? Like as an X-Wing fan. And so we're here at round 3, Rack Sunter on Javier and James. Hersey with Quick Draw, Kylo, and Lieutenant Tavson. This is a very interesting matchup, right?
Yeah, so we've got 2 ships versus 3. So honestly, both of those lists kind of like that. Neither one of them want to see a lot of ships on the other side of the table. So we're going to get to see these lists kind of do what they're best at, I think.
Yeah, and on the left here, really different philosophical styles. Rack Sunter, ton of upgrades. You're looking at Javier's list, hull upgrade, shield upgrade on Sunter, right? So really just putting a lot of these upgrades wherever he can get, sticking them there. James, on the other hand, very light. All of his points really coming in on the chassis.
Absolutely. So with Lieutenant Tavson, his ability is really everything for him. You know, he takes damage and he gets to take extra actions with his 4-dice gun. Those actions really mean a lot. And then he's also got biohexacrypt codes to extend the range of his jam or coordinate to a ship anywhere on the board if he has a lock on that ship.
Yeah, and it's not something we see very often, right? Around this type of competitive play, we usually see Tavson as very empty and just being Tavson, right?
Yeah.
Having action efficiency, saying "shoot me, I dare you," right?
Right. Well, biohexacrypt is only a single point, so at that point you're really just kind of fiddling with do I want a bid of 1 point less or not?
Right. Yeah, and Kylo here, we've seen a couple Kylos now, really going without these upgrades, right? Just relying on the Kylo ability and the chassis.
Absolutely.
So just the deployment here. Sunter Rack on opposite sides, I'd say that's fairly normal, right? You have options and you have repositioning to get together, and then I don't think Sunter wants to go at Tavson here, right?
Not at all.
Not on the 1v1 at least, and not in Arc.
Yeah, but another reason for those ships being on opposite sides of the board is that you see Lone Wolf on Rear Admiral Chernu. So he's going to get those offensive rerolls whenever he wants, as long as Suntir stays away.
Yeah. So
it looks like James has gone ahead and put the lock from Tavson onto Quick Draw. So he has that infinite range coordinate that he can spend that lock for when he's ready.
Yeah, and I think when it first came out, not a lot of people saw that originally, right? Oh, you can just lock your own ship. You can use it kind of, for you, right?
Biohexacrypt also didn't start out hyperspace legal.
Right, that's right.
So First Order was played more in that format for a while, and so that card has been more of a recent emergence.
Yeah, and on Rack here, I think something's really interesting. Jerjerrod Vader. Now, Vader's something we've seen a lot. I haven't seen a ton of Jerjerrod, right? From an Imperial standpoint, what advantage do you think Javier has with that upgrade?
So what Moff Jerjerrod allows him to do is essentially once every 2 turns, he can, in the system phase, boost both of his ships.
Right.
And that's really advantageous because that's going to be the only repositional ability that he has access to with the Decimator at all. And with a large base, boost can be very powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen that all the time, right? Being in a position, you just take up so much space. You can get in really aggressively. You can run away really aggressively.
Right.
Yeah. And I think another thing to note, we have a first order list here. Yesterday on day 1A, 6.4%. Not a lot of representation there. I think there was only 8. Let's take a look. Only 3 have made the cut, right, from day 1A. So really not a ton of people playing first order, so love seeing it on the table like this.
So we see very similar play out of both Suntir and Kylo. Neither one of them want to take the monster of a ship across the table from them in the face like that, so both of them turning away. We could potentially this turn see another 1 hard out of Suntir to try to get around the edge of Tavson's arc, since Tavson did carve in like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just 2 bank to the one, or sorry, 2 straight, keeping the options open, right?
Yep.
And again, another game, 6 gas clouds. Fun for Sunter, fun for Kylo. These types of ships like to be around there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing to note that Rear Admiral Chernu has the Dauntless title, And so if he manages to run into a ship on the other side, he doesn't really mind if he runs into a gas cloud either, because he'll still get to take his action.
Right. And again, Soontir coming in there, just backing away.
Yeah.
Doesn't really want to engage just yet. Looking just high level. You know, we've got 2 ships here. Soontir's not exactly cornered. Soontir can go wherever he wants still. Options open on either side. I am worried about Rack is a little bit far away. This is starting to come in a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Kylo's got some options to come in here. And you may see a situation, I think it's unlikely, but all of these arcs here kind of grouping Soontir around, and then Rack being a little late to the fight, right? If you're Javier, you never want to be late. With these 2 guns, you want both guns in at once. You want to pick your engage, and you want to make sure you know exactly where Soontir's pointing, exactly where Rack's pointing, right? And do a ton of damage onto, ideally, one target.
Right. Also, he has the ability to, like we said before, boost with Gergerod at any time. So as soon as he sees that situation is about to happen, he can bring Rack into the fight when he needs to. So I don't think he's really in very much of a disadvantaged position here. I think both players are still jockeying for the right opening.
Yeah. Now here, again, when you see these ships like this, 2 ship lists, very devastating if you lose one early, right?
Yeah.
We saw in a game yesterday where we had a 2 ship list, 1 died immediately, right? And it was so hard to claw back. Not because these ships aren't good, not because they're not capable, because you're only taking 1 shot around, right?
Right.
You're opening up, maybe you get a little variance, a little bad luck. It's a reset to the next round, right? Tavson 1 forward, focusing there again. Just trying to see if you can force Soontir away, right?
And here you can see James using the new Plo Koon-themed templates.
Absolutely. So he probably got some tickets early on in the week, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Takes a boost. It does fit right there.
Yeah. So it looks like he is looking to take advantage of Soontir coming into this zone.
Yeah.
We'll see if Javier slips the net. Not coming in very aggressively with Rack, kind of waiting to see how things pan out there.
And quick draw banking to the right here a little bit. Yeah. Hedging a little bit, right?
Yeah. He can still come this way if he needs to. He can come this way and barrel roll if Soontir ends up here. Or he can lunge at Shiranu, either way. 1 hard out of Soontir, using the cornered gas cloud as kind of an anchor to defend himself with. Looking pretty good there. Opens up the first order flank for him to come into the following turn.
Yeah, definitely looking to come here. And with Gergerod, let's see if he has range here. They're going to check to make sure. Again, no mods, but does have the gas cloud.
Looks like it was just out.
Yeah. And again, I like what you mentioned here on the flank. Comes up here, right? Now all of a sudden Tavson has to say, okay, well, do I 2 hard here just to check? I don't think that's a great idea here, because again, could collapse just on here. Again, the separation, right? 2 turn here, bank here, and kind of see if you can dump some damage on Rack. Rack's great. Rack's really tanky. You got 2 shield upgrades and a hull upgrade in this list. But you know what? No agility, right?
Yeah.
You can quickly get down to half. And 115 points, that's a ton of damage, right? That's more than a lot of ships are whole. Right? That's more than James's quick draw. And yeah, just the quick draw.
Yeah. So looking at the bid in the list, it looks like the bid is 15 points.
Right.
So that means that his Soontir Fell, if he is the only ship left, is worth 85.
Yeah.
Right, and so that is more than any single ship on the first order list.
Right.
So if he does lose Shiranu, he has to get it down to 2 ships, both at half, or only a single ship remaining for Soontir to win. So that's going to be his primary win condition, is do so much damage with Rack that he trades Rack for 2 ships.
Right, and you're banking here with Tavson. I like that, right? Tavson versus Rack, I think you're okay with that if you're James. Kylo 2 banking over here. Tough to chase an I-6 around, but you just want shots on target, right?
Right. And with the hull upgrade and the shield upgrade, it's up to having to do 3 damage in order to get half on Soontir. 5 damage to kill him. It is quite a hill to climb with how squirrely he can be.
It is, especially moving last at I6 here. Has a choice of where, has perfect information, right, to inform him of all his choices.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen great players in the past really take advantage, right? If you give a good player perfect information and the ability to choose where he wants to go after he's seen the battlefield, you know, that, ooh, it has a little bump there. Just okay, yeah. Says okay, no problem, early on in the game.
Mm-hmm. So correcting for the nudge.
And bow tie is pointed forward and back, does not need to move it. Reinforcing the front.
And with Shiranu, that reinforced serves double duty because he gets the defensive buff from it, obviously.
Exactly, yeah.
But then his ability allows him to change a focus to a crit if his opponent is in the half arc that's reinforced.
Yeah, and we've got to bank in on quick draw here. Tabson's got a shot. Looks like it's behind that cloud, so not ideal there. Quick draw probably looking at 2 shots here, right, if Rack chooses to shoot that way. Just focuses here. Gets the offense or the defense. Student tier. 2 bank. We'll be able to get behind this gas cloud. We'll see if he opts to do that. Has a kind of a flanking position on Tabson, right?
Yes. I think that it's probably a mistake to shoot Tabson this turn.
Yeah.
Especially before he fires, obviously.
Right.
Because he is in such a position to deal a lot of damage to Shiranu.
It does, yeah.
I think he probably wants to just he'll take whatever pot shot he can on Kylo, but he's primarily looking to position himself for the following turn just to make sure that Suntir stays safe.
Yeah. Now, if Javier does shoot Tabson here, does Tabson look to coordinate for quick draw? So it might be a range 1 shot.
Let's see. Quick Draw has Fanatical and Special Forces Gunner. Might be a range 1 shot. I think that Tavson may very well do that coordinate to give him the target lock there because he's got excellent shots into.
And so here's the Vader token or shield, right?
Yeah. So it looks like he's deciding whether or not to spend the token, and he does. All right.
Yep.
So he's going to make sure that Rack has to actually shoot him in order to trigger the double tap.
Yeah. Now I'm curious there. I almost want to trigger the quick draw right away, right?
Right. Well, I think maybe he's trying to leave it as a deterrent of sorts, right? Like if you shoot me, then I'll shoot you twice. But if you go ahead and burn the double tap early, then there's no reason not to go ahead and try to finish him off.
Right. So 2 shields there on Cherno. You're right. It's going to take the pot shot here. Range 3 through the gas. 5 dice, right?
Yep. Yep.
3 versus 5. 2.
Yep.
And then we'll have the auto convert here and the force if needed.
Oh,
Gets the auto, yeah.
So not really expecting any damage out of that shot, but you miss all the shots you don't take.
Exactly. 3 back in the center. 2 looking at 5 again with the auto convert.
Oh, and has to spend the focus. That was almost a sad tale.
Yeah. So now Rack is going to take it. Rack's ability online. 4 dice here. Lone Wolf. And then into the so all 4. So we'll be taking damage here for sure.
Absolutely. And that is all 3 shields, which is exactly what Rack wanted to see. Stripping those shields.
Yep.
All at once makes sure that he only gets the 1 extra attack for the whole game.
Yeah, and it's unmodded. Oh, well, who needs mods, right?
So with the reinforce, he takes 3 shields.
Yep, and that's all shields on Rack as well. You know, Javier's probably expecting a little bit less there, right? Oh, and now Tavson, right?
Yeah, Tavson coming in.
With focus.
Not really expecting too much in terms of damage here. Simply because he has the yeah, so Rack's going to take 1 damage off of this.
Yeah. Now, I think he has the gas cloud, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because he's got the reinforce. He's not able to roll 2.
Right.
So he's just going to take 1 either way.
Yeah, that's right.
So this exchange was, I think that exchange is kind of even, right? Like you go ahead and you nullify the threat of the double tap off of quick draw. but Shirinu has lost all of his shields and has a card. And that's
Right.
maybe 1 or 2 damage more than would be ideal.
Exactly.
So we'll see how it goes from here.
Now, don't forget, Cherno has proton bombs here.
Mm-hmm.
Still has Jurjerod, right? Can do that this turn. I don't see good, a good play there. Not quite yet, right?
Yeah.
But again, quick draw not having a double tap. Oh, it's so tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see Kylo here continuing to check Soontir, or does Kylo start turning in towards Rack?
Kylo, if Kylo goes in for a block and he gets a block on Soontir doesn't actually mind because there's nobody else pointed at this
Right.
whole area where the aces are playing. So if Kylo wants to put a check on Soontir, I think that maybe he does a 3 sloop here.
Okay, yeah.
And so that way his arc is kind of pointed in that direction.
Right.
And so if Soontir does his shortest 2 straight, at least they're next to each other.
Yeah.
Right? Other than that, I don't really see anything of much use for Kylo to contribute this next turn.
Yeah. So system phase here, dropping a proton bomb. That's 1 charge off there.
Yeah. Looking to maybe catch quick draw in the 3 sloop here.
Yeah. It'll be interesting where Cherno goes here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tafson 2 banking. Again, if Cherno goes quick here, might be able to just bypass completely.
Well, he's not too worried about bumping again because he has the dauntless.
Exactly, yeah.
But if he doesn't go fast, then he's going to be flanked by Tavson, and his reinforce won't be able to mitigate any damage.
Right.
So it probably would be best for him to go fast this turn. So maybe I think maybe the 3 bank here fits.
Gonna coordinate the target lock for quick draw, it looks like. Yep. And 4K,
4K.
very similar type of, from the 3 sloop. Again, probably blocking that 2 straight. Both players don't mind that too much.
Well, it would be better for the first order player if Soontir would drift in front.
Yeah.
Because from here on out, if he does block,
Yeah.
then Soontir's just going to permanently be behind him because Kylo can't really go slower than Soontir.
And here's the fast maneuver, right? Just going past quick draw. Probably, again, Kylo unmodded here just has the force.
So the question here is which way do you reinforce, right?
Right.
Do you reinforce the front or the back? And I think it probably has more to do with who you intend to shoot with Shirinu because he gets that offensive mod.
Yeah. Has to make this decision before seeing where quick draw is going to go, right?
Right. Now, Tafson is not pointed at anybody, so this is as safe a time to shoot him as can be.
Yeah.
So I think reinforcing the rear.
Oh, goes with the
goes
front
with the
here.
front, with the sure thing.
Yeah. Worried more about that Kylo reducing it by 1. And we can have it too hard here.
All
Yeah.
right. So it looks like we may get a potentially a barrel roll rotate for a range 1 rear arc.
And already, remember, have some coordinate the target lock, so we'll have mods on it.
Yeah.
Maybe able to get behind that arc as well from Rack. Yeah,
Oh,
evade, just
does
doing
an
evade roll.
rotate. Okay. Doesn't want to go over the cloud next turn.
Yeah. Soon. Oh, is that a 4 straight?
Oh. 5.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like they'll mark just to make sure. And then it doesn't look like it's going to clip the gas at all.
So he can still get out of arc here with a barrel roll, I believe.
Yeah.
But still, that's not great because it puts Kylo in a position behind you.
It is, and you're also turning off Lone Wolf here for any additional modification from Rack.
Yeah, so I think the barrel roll away
Yep.
is going to be necessary for both of those reasons.
Right.
But also, you got to wonder, like, does he even intend to engage with Soontir, right? Because he's flying against a 3-ship list. all Rack has to do is kill 2 of them, and Soontir just wins,
Yeah.
right? By just continuing to run away and never get shot.
Yep.
So he could just be banking on that end game and intend to do perhaps another 5 straight with Soontir over to this other corner and play with this gas cloud. And just let Shirinu do all the heavy lifting.
Right, and right there, the proton bomb goes off. No target there. Vader procced, so no mods now. So no focus token now on Quick Draw. Quick Draw doesn't look like has arc anywhere. No, won't be shooting. So now back to Rack. Yeah, range 3 into Kylo here. Not expecting a ton of damage. We'll probably check for Lone Wolf, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm. Well, he has the potential of using Lone Wolf defensively this turn.
That's right. Yeah, it's range 3.
So he has to decide whether it's worth actually, like, does he think that Kylo's just going to dodge 3 hits even if he gets it?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Kylo into Rack. Yeah, so it takes 1.
Yeah, first order is first player.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, so now he's seeing if he has arc.
Yeah.
From this angle, it looks like he does.
Yeah. He looks like he just gets in there range 3.
Yeah, and so now Javier is debating whether or not he wants to try and finish off Quick Draw since he went ahead and used Vader to clear the evade.
Yeah. And again, Quick Draw's at half here, so Javier ahead. So I like what you said earlier about Soontir. Doesn't really ever have to shoot.
Right.
Not yet, at least.
If Javier ends up with a bad turn and takes too much damage on Shirinu, and Soontir wasn't helping the whole time, that can be a hole that he could fall into. We'll see how it turns out.
Looks like range 2 into Quick Draw here. Just the 1, has the 1.
Yeah. Didn't get far enough away for Lone Wolf to trigger.
Right. So reinforce clears. We'll regen our force here and we'll go back to planning.
So this following turn, I think it's actually Kylo who's the ship that's in danger.
Is it?
Because Tavson can't get his arc around. Quick Draw is going to end up somewhere over here, right, and not really have a good way to get his arc any further in than that, right? And then with Shirinu coming in, if he manages to get range 1 on the Kylo, he could end up doing a lot of damage.
Right.
So this turn we might actually see the boost. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's not necessary, but it would be a way to try to avoid that block. But again, he has Dauntless, so he could be just fine with the block.
And the thing is, with repositioning like that, you sometimes get into a lull during a game, right? You're kind of thinking, and you've kind of maybe forgotten at this point, like, oh yeah, you can definitely boost whenever he wants, right? Yeah. And all of that, those assumptions you make, they get really tough, right? Yeah.
So James confirming how much more damage he needs to get onto Shirinu for half. Looks like he needs 2 more cards to get half on Rack. So with Shirinu having shield upgrade, that changes the half health threshold. Looking at whether or not to drop a bomb this turn on Shirinu, you're probably going to get Tavson with that, but then that would be your last bomb. It'd only do a shield on Tavson, and then Tavson would get to take an action for it.
Exactly, yeah. Not sure if it's worth it there, right? Because ideally you want some Kylo or now Quick Draw, right? You would really love those high price. Again, I don't know when the next time you'll be able to bomb is, right?
Yeah.
You were just talking about earlier how Kylo's in danger. If Rack and Kylo has an exchange here, maybe saving the bomb, right?
Yeah.
And there's the Jerjerrod, right? Good call, Joel.
Yeah, you can come in. First order moves first. You can block him and then move over him.
Right.
So he does get the opportunity to boost with both ships.
Yep.
However, it has to be the same direction. on both
Oh,
ships.
okay.
So since he did a boost to the right with Shiranu, that means that it would be a boost down to the board edge with Fell if he chooses to take it. It is a May per ship.
Okay. Now you have to wonder, if Javier's kind of thought through that a little bit, maybe just focusing a little bit on the Kylo will boost, okay?
Okay, so he's definitely doing that boost. It is red, so he doesn't get access to using afterburners off of that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he obviously didn't plot a 5 straight.
No. We would hope not,
Yeah.
right? And so it is. So the 2 hard here is not so bad, but again, doesn't have to be around, right? Not yet. Tavson clears.
Yeah, so he goes ahead and moves the lock onto Shiranu for next round or the next couple of rounds, whenever he finally does get Arc back on,
Yeah.
so he can really pound in the damage.
And does get the bump here. Wonder if he does the 2 forward here in anticipation of that just coming over. Has the bow tie arc already pointed towards the rear?
That would be the optimal move,
Right.
given how things have played out. Because that would be, without having opportunity to take any actions, Vader is just 1 guaranteed damage.
Right.
Even if he stays put where he is, Vader is allowed to get ships at range 0, so that's still 1 guaranteed damage.
Yeah.
And on a ship as squirrely as Kylo, that's a big deal.
Right.
And that's another thing with 2-ship lists like this that Javier's running. You really want to reach for upgrades that give you additional sources of damage because you're only getting to shoot at max twice a turn.
Oh, and there's the 2 straight.
Yep.
Close, very close to ideal here. Range 1. Wonder what the mod's going to be. Probably target lock, right?
It would no. It's going to be the reinforce on the rear. I
Rear
would
to
imagine.
just get the rack ability?
Right, because you get the rack ability. You already have Lone Wolf, but it looks
And
like
you
no. It looks like he took the target lock.
Okay, yeah. Just trying to be sure, right?
Yeah.
Not in danger of getting shot. Those flow templates are nice.
They
really
are.
Yeah.
And they are UV printed, right? So
Really?
it's the
Yeah.
same as the System Open templates.
Okay, yeah.
From the last couple of years, and that is something. If you're not careful, you rub off, right? So that's certainly something to consider if you manage to buy some, if you're at Worlds and you get some from the wall.
Yeah.
Investing in some sort of a sealer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like right after you paint a mini or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. There's your Vader. No option here. Has to take 1.
Star Wars Destiny Day 1A players, pairings for round 4 are now going up. Also, after round 4, we will be taking
So it looks like
Range 2 shot.
yeah. That's why-
Kylo into Soontir. No mods on the Soontir. Wonder if he spends the Force here.
That's his only defensive mod, so
Yeah.
you gotta wonder. If
Has
he-
1 left though after that.
Yeah. So the 1 hard here is interesting, given that he planned to do the Jared boost.
Yeah.
So and that also explains why he took the lock, because he knew that Soontir would still be in range 2.
Yeah.
All right, goes ahead and tries to punch that crit through the shield. And
Oh,
does.
and he gets the crit down too.
All right, so that is the have to go straight or take a damage crit.
Loose stabilizer.
Loose stabilizer,
Yeah.
that's it, yeah. So if Soontir doesn't go straight, he takes a damage and gives up half.
And so now the Cherno shot 3 onto 3. Oh, he has the Force. Yeah.
Yep, yep.
No consequences there.
Oh, so what was going to be a great turn for Javier has turned very sour.
Right. So not being able to go straight. Let's check on this dial. He's
Uh,
got the banks, 2 banks and
No,
2
no, he
hard.
has to go straight.
Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah.
Has to go straight. 2, right?
Uh,
Right behind that gas cloud?
Yeah, so what'll happen here is if he goes 2 and ends up behind that gas cloud, he, looking at it, it's going to be tight. He might clip the cloud.
Oh, yeah.
And if he does, then Kylo just comes up and does
Kylo
terrible
quick draw.
things
And
to
you know
him.
what? Tavson might be
Oh,
able to
yeah.
get a longer shot,
he's
too. Yeah.
He's in a really bad position for
Yeah.
that crit. This was the wrong time for that crit.
Right. And again, a really tough turn here, Dion. for everyone just joining us, Soontir just takes a range 2 shot from Kylo here. Crit goes through after the shield upgrade and gets a loose stabilizer. Has to go straight here. Joel and I were just talking about how when we go straight, the best option he has is maybe right behind this cloud, right? Again, he was stretched from the Georgia Rod, and so Kylo has an opportunity here. Now that James knows this, Kylo has an opportunity here. Quick draw an opportunity and Tavson an opportunity. We were marking earlier what a big turn this might be from Javier. Has range 1 from Kylo to rack to Kylo. Target lock doesn't get any damage through.
Yeah.
But James gets damage onto Soontir. I stress Soontir without mod. So very interesting next turn here. Again, Javier is still in the lead, but James knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I really don't like these options here, Joel.
Yeah, because now it turns from Soontir just never letting anyone touch him being the end game to if Soontir dies here, now Rack has to basically kill everything.
And it's funny how quickly we changed, right?
Yeah.
We had just mentioned Soontir never has to shoot, right? Soontir can fly around, be bait, let Rack do all the damage. All of a sudden, not feeling great about it, right?
Yeah.
Is there any play here for a 4 straight just to go? No, I don't think so. You just need the gas cloud.
I mean, absolutely not with Quick Draw coming in here because there's no opportunity to initiative kill him because he's also a 6.
Right.
And then you've still got the Upsilon to worry about.
Yeah, and he's going to have Fanatical here, right? No shields. If you're not shield, yep. So has some mods already for Fanatical.
Yep.
And there's the bank, right?
Tavson's
Sensing the
hungry.
opportunity, yeah.
He wants it.
And he changes the target lock here. Oh, this might be devastating for Javier.
Yeah. Now, you'd almost wonder if Javier accepts that Soontir's going to take half damage this turn and just does a non-straight to try and get out of this.
Yeah. I mean, he can always do that, right? Too hard, and he's going to have his actions available to him. We'll go to half here, but I think he's concerned. He's just, and I think that's savvy here to barrel roll down just in case.
Yeah.
And still has a force back. Do you know if he used Kylo's ability last turn? I don't think so, right?
He did not. He was saving both of his force for attack and defense.
Right.
So at this point,
the 3 hard here.
Yeah, and since
not great position, right?
Yeah, since he used Gergerod last turn to set up that block and then range 1 shot, he doesn't have access to it to get back into the fight to help Kylo.
Now we'll have a Vader Force. We'll have Lone Wolf here for this shot. Looks like range 3 on Kylo. 3 bank.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say focus roll. Oh, sorry, not roll. Sorry.
Yeah, he only gets links into the rotate.
Yeah, it's only the rotate.
Yeah. Looks like
checking for target lock.
Doesn't have it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, so he measured, so he has to put it somewhere.
Exactly, yes.
He
on the gas cloud.
locks that friendly cloud.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
and there's the 2 forward. Let's see if he clips here. Will it be devastating if he loses those actions?
Looks like it is on the cloud.
Yeah, based on his reaction there.
So the good news is he has gas cloud coverage from Tavson.
But not from Kylo,
Not
right?
at all.
Yeah. Javier really disappointed there. Hoping get right behind there. Maybe token stack a little bit and use those clouds.
So he should get focus.
From Bullseye, I wonder if he's
Bullseye.
checked. Doesn't check. Guess
Can you bring
Soontir.
up Soontir to see if that was optional?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not optional.
Yeah, they just caught it.
Yep. Yeah, good call there, Joel. It is not optional, yeah.
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 All right. So now he's deciding whether or not he's going to use that. So he will not spend it for
Yeah, I
2
think
hits.
that's a good call.
So it looks
Now
like
one.
yeah, looks like that was an unobstructed shot because Soontir's corner is poking out from behind the gas cloud here.
Yeah. And they're checking now just to make sure.
So this arc check is pretty crucial.
Also, Star Wars Destiny players,
So,
a reminder.
Gonna get a third dice from Stratton. Oh, and it doesn't matter because he can't get the auto convert down. Takes the 1 card anyway on quick draw.
oh yeah. So they decided it was obstructed, didn't matter. All right, then looks like
Little bump there, but I think that's range 1.
yeah. So it was out of arc for quick draw.
Yep.
Range 1 shot from Kylo. Ooh,
Oh,
this
not
was-
exactly what
this
James
was
is looking
not
for.
the turn to blank out
Yep.
for James. So now he has to decide whether he wants to spend that force to hopefully eke 1 in, maybe force the focus spend.
No, and you, yeah.
Yeah.
Range 3 here, yeah, keeps it for defense.
And Shirinu still has the Lone Wolf.
Yep. And he's got Vader Force too, so
Ah,
3.
There we go.
And
force
spends the
spin.
Force. We'll take 1 more on Kylo. 1 away from half.
Yep, so he's in a similar position to Soontir. However, he does not have to go over a cloud next turn.
Right. So Tavson, range 3, 4 on 4, obstructed with the gas cloud. Has a target lock here on this shot. I think this is a big shot. James really looking for more damage than he's gotten so far. 3 hit crit.
No, Soontir feeling pretty good about that, and he gets enough with the cloud obstruction.
Yeah, wow, that's so big.
This has been so swingy.
Yeah. Last turn, again, we were expecting one player to come out ahead. The other player comes out ahead.
Yeah.
This turn, we're expecting, hey, this may be it for Soontir.
Yeah.
Soontir comes out unscathed. Guess what? Kylo took 1, right?
Yep. So the end of this turn, it looks like that should be Jared Rod should be available again.
That's right.
So we may see a boost out of the Decimator. Wouldn't be able to also boost with Soontir over the cloud because you can't
Yeah.
boost through obstacles. So I think generally speaking, if we don't see the boost out of Shirinu, then he's probably coming around that obstacle with another 3 hard.
Yeah, 3 hard around the crab claw there. Bow tie already pointed roughly in the same right direction, right?
Yeah, the side arcs are quite large.
Yeah.
So really, the question here is what do you do with Soontir, right? Because if you go really fast in order to get where he can't really do anything to you, and he would have to come through the cloud to do something to you, then all that Quick Draw has to do is just do a K-turn, and he's got you at range 2 maybe, right?
Yeah.
And that doesn't feel good because one more blank out and Soontir's dead, right?
Exactly, right? Or at least half points, right?
Yeah.
And right now, 29-0 from Javier. Javier's kind of banking on, doesn't really want to give up those points, right? 35 from Soontir.
Yeah. Now this is a situation like we keep talking about every time we see Soontir or an ace like this, is that your optimal opening is you catch and kill the ace, right? But if Javier manages to escape with Soontir and he doesn't give up half points, then James is just like he's made a little bit of progress, but it's cost him a lot to make that tiny little bit of progress in terms of not getting damage into Shirinu.
Right.
And so that could end up hurting him in the long run, assuming that Javier manages to escape this turn.
Yeah. And I think you look, if you're James, you look at Tavson here and go, not too many great options for Soontir, right? Very, very unlikely to catch. Maybe could throw a block in there, but then again, you're not shooting anything. You're not getting any points on yourself. Knowing Rack's got to come around, maybe you exchange range 3 shots there, right? Turn towards Rack a little bit.
Let's see. Tavson expended his lock, so that lock would be the quick draw
draw
lock. Still
Oh,
on
no,
Soontir.
that lock is on the gas cloud, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Fails the lock, yeah.
That's right.
And,
Yep,
and
called
there's
it.
the 2-turn.
Yeah, so he already knows that he can't do anything to Soontir with him, except maybe block him, but all that would do is give Soontir his focus.
Exactly. That is true, right?
So he just wants to get out of the way and get back on the train of dealing damage to this massive tank.
Here comes Kylo right over the gas cloud. Not concerned about it at all. Has a force from passive mods. Yeah, right over the slice of bacon there. I didn't know there was a contentious naming on these gas clouds. Apparently crab claw and bacon are contentious.
Contentious.
Yeah. And here's that 3-turn,
Yeah,
right?
3 turns. So, looks like probably just a reinforce to the front.
Imagine so. We'll have everything online from passive mods, and that's what it looks like, and we'll confirm there during engagement. Is that a 3 bank or a
Oh, it's
sloop?
just a 3 bank.
Oh, okay, was expecting the sloop there, right?
Yeah.
Is it 3 on quick draw?
It is.
Yeah.
So he has taken the lock and rotated his arc.
Exactly, yeah.
See what it is.
Takes a damage from loose stabilizer.
Okay, so that is half on Soontir.
And going for the 1 hard and getting blocked by Kylo here.
Yeah.
Very interesting maneuver.
No, well, it actually makes sense. This is good because he wasn't going to get action this turn anyway.
Yeah.
So he was going to still have to deal with the loose stabilizer next turn.
Right.
And 2 turns of going straight like this is just going to leave him dead, basically.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah.
So, no, I actually really like this. It worked out really well.
Looks like he's going to get out of any arcs too, right? Maybe might quick draw might have it. Again, our angle here is at a tilt, and we'll bring the train tracks out again.
But quick draw did commit to rotating the arc backwards.
Oh, that's right.
So
yeah.
he's only gonna get 1 less die out the front.
Yeah.
Even if he manages to catch Soontir. And if he swings around enough, he'll get bullseye and get his focus for defense. All of those arc checks are going to be super critical, and they're all looking really close.
Yeah.
So the question here is really whether quick draw gets to shoot or not.
Well, really, let's start with the focus, right? Oh, it's so close. No focus there.
Okay.
And then now again, right back. Oh, I think he doesn't have it. Big sigh of relief there.
That is, yeah. So he's still looking at going over the cloud 1 more turn.
Yeah.
But now he's no longer in the middle of the box.
Yeah.
Right. So he has options.
So here's a range 3 shot from Rack into Tavson. Oh, it's got to go in the box.
And Lone Wolf.
And then has Vader. Oh, just Churno's ability?
Yeah, because he's got.
And then
and
Vader.
Vader.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is the reinforce out the front there. 1 takes 2. We'll have. Yeah.
And Tavson's really quite pleased with this because he's going to take this opportunity to take actions.
And here's the target lock for the first action, right?
Yep. And
Second damage.
Because the damage comes in individually, so he's allowed to respond to them individually. And then he is going to coordinate Kylo a target lock onto Soontir Fel.
Yeah, looking forward to the next couple of rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, Tavson has that focus hiding out behind that wing, right? Didn't need anything else. Range 3, 4 versus 1. Target lock focus for James here.
Yeah, and the only modification that the Decimator
Oh, yeah, what modification, Joel?
Don't need modification.
Yeah.
So that looks like 2 hits and a crit that he's going to be taking.
Yeah, I wonder if, oh, and used Lone Wolf already, right?
Yep, yeah. Use Lone Wolf, use the Force. So, and the fuel leak for the crit.
Fuel leak. Let's see.
So he is left on.
Looks like
7 hull? Yeah.
And we're going to do a damage check after this just to make sure as they pulled those cards out. Not looking great here. James pulling a lot of points with the half points on Soontir from the loose stabilizer. And now what it looks like the half points on Rack.
Yeah. So looking at this next turn, I think we might see the Jared boost again.
Yeah.
Just to try and get back into a position to threaten the flimsier ships.
Right.
Because he is not he doesn't really want to continue to trade shots with Tavson.
Yeah, I imagine not. So it does have 7 left. There's the 5 shields. God, even with all these upgrades, half points on both already, right?
Jared Gerard, there it
Yep.
goes.
Good call, Joel. Gets the stress here. What are we thinking? 2 straight there to clear.
Yeah, probably. I think he ends up bumping with Tavson there. But even if he does, that's fine for him
Dauntless,
because
yeah.
of Dauntless. Oh, he might not.
Yeah,
Depends on that
the
angle. There's a little bit of a cant to his angle, but he might clear.
Is that a jam that I
is
see
a
coming
jam.
out? Yeah, honeypot jam.
So that's going to be no reinforce for Shirinu this turn. So
4K from Kylo. Coordinated the target lock last time, right?
Yep. And he's back up on full force.
Yep.
So he's got a target lock and hopefully as much focus mods as he needs.
Yeah.
Especially with getting no actions out of Suntir this turn.
Yeah, and remember, Kylo's 1 away from half, too, so there's some points to get there, right? If Suntir wants to take that shot, if Suntir ends up being there. Yeah.
Does the 2 straight and needs to reclaim it from the previous train track.
2 straight here. Wings, yep, right
Getting
out of
those-
Arcatazin.
Those huge models out of the way. So he is deciding what action to take here. If he takes any token, that action will just clear the jam, which is what he does.
No, yeah.
Oh, he is changing his mind.
He's going to coordinate. Yeah, has.
Oh, he flips down the
fuel leak, right?
Yeah. So that reduces the amount of burst damage that he can take on a later turn.
Quick draw here. Looks like another 3 bank.
Yeah. Still has the arc pointed backwards currently.
Yeah.
So he's barrel rolling out.
And I believe the lock is still on the gas cloud, right? Or has it changed?
No, it's changed.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So now moving the arc forward. Barrel roll, move the arc forward.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe looking for rack next turn. And then.
Ooh.
Oh. Is that a 5?
That is a 5.
Is that 5 blue? Oh, no, not stressed.
Not
Irrelevant,
stressed.
yeah.
So he just comes up and bumps. This is a perfect outcome of this turn for Javier, I think.
Only shot coming here, rack to quick draw. Oh, sorry, rack to Kylo.
Yeah. But again, victory condition for Javier now is that he has to actually kill 2 ships and half a third.
Now, wait a minute. Are those bow tie arcs?
They're to the side.
They're to the side. That's right. So it has range on of Tavson, not of Kylo.
Yeah, so he gets, but he has to have Tavson at some point.
Yeah.
And he wants to do the damage on a turn where he's not being looked at by Tavson, right? So that Tavson can't lock, focus, do 4 damage.
Yeah. So we've got a shot here from Kylo. Range 3. Kylo into rack. Spends it for 3 total. Nothing there. 3 more damage cards onto rack. Yeah. And I do like when rack players have those fanned out, right? Real easy to count.
So it looks like 4 hull remaining.
Yeah. Looking at quick draw here. Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to get the kills when he can.
Yeah. So is taking quick draw, yeah.
Deciding what to lone wolf.
Yeah, they're going to check lone wolf first.
Looks good. Uses the 5 straight for a range 2 template, which works.
And then spins for his hit, crit.
Looking good. Oh, and that's going to be
yeah,
enough.
that's a dead quick draw. Couldn't quite get out of range there.
Console fire and direct
into
hit.
direct hit. Don't you love it when the last one that kills you anyway just pulls another one?
It's just more insult than anything else.
Exactly. Now Javier taking out quick draws big, but still behind on points, right?
Yep.
Again, giving up half on rack, giving up half on Suntir. These are beefy ships from a points perspective. So again, still doesn't quite have the lead.
Yeah, with 23 minutes left in the game, Suntir has enough time to work his way around the field and get half on Tavson. but he really needs help dealing with Kylo. So Shirinu, at this point, I think really needs to get in there and deal some critical damage to Kylo.
Right. I think he's in good position to do it, right? One bank has the broadsides, right?
Yeah, depending on how fast Kylo goes, because Kylo moves first.
That's right, yeah.
So he might do the one bank into that cloud,
Okay, yeah.
going up the screen like that.
Mm-hmm.
So if Kylo comes this way, he would block him.
And here comes the last bomb drop, too. So last proton bomb.
Yeah, just going to go ahead and hopefully get that one more shield on Tavson. At this point, every damage is going to matter.
Yeah.
And Tavson does a too hard right into the bomb.
We'll take it then.
Yep.
No coordinate options available, just normal actions.
Mm-hmm. But he will get access to an additional action as soon as the bomb goes off.
Oh, that's true. Jam
So
again, yeah.
Yep. Then Kylo does the 2 bank toward Shirinu. So at this point, he just has to guess which way Shirinu went.
Right. And coming close here to 20 minutes, all these turns mean so much more now. Everyone's so close to half or close to dead. Kylo. What action are you doing here?
But even if he blocks Shirinu, then Shirinu probably just uses Dauntless to rotate the arc and shoot Tavson again.
Yeah. 4 away from half on Tavson, 4 till death on 1 and for half.
Yeah, I think Kylo actually needs to focus before he does anything else.
Oh, target locks, yeah.
Well, that means he's definitely taking a damage from Vader, I think. And that guarantees the half.
Right. And there's the 2 hard. So again, yeah, Vader is just firing arc. Wonder if he has him in the side arc there. Oh. Yeah, not too consequential of a bump there, right? Both players just resetting here.
Yeah. So
rotating back, right, just in case.
And with the jam, he couldn't really take any consequential token actions.
Yeah.
Soontir still just trying to recover from his ordeal.
Oh, slope.
Yeah. With Tavson coming around this way, Soontir doesn't want to be over here.
Yeah. Good point.
All right, Vader into 1 guaranteed damage. Oh, yeah. Tavson taking the shield happens first.
Now looking for the coordinate here.
Mm-hmm. So he's trying to decide what to do with his action that he gets off of the damage from Tavson's ability. Thinking through all of the options, trying to figure out how to keep Kylo from taking the most damage.
Just has to reinforce here.
Yeah.
Not too consequential.
All right. So then the 1 guaranteed damage out of Vader, which...
I want to say that's happened multiple times for Kylo now, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's half points. Javier in the lead at 95 now. Soontir.
Oh, Soontir even gets a shot on this one. That's good.
It's range 3, though. No sort of lone wolf or predator shenanigans.
Yep.
Doesn't really need him.
2 and safe.
3, yep. And has both force available. Looking for arc here.
Looks like he has it at range 2.
So 3 into 0. No reinforce. 4 away. Oh, just a oh, has the target lock.
Yep,
I forgot.
And
oh. You saw the hand, right?
Yep,
Reach immediately. He wanted it. Now forward left, if that's a direct at the end.
If
that's
it's a direct, it kills him, but it doesn't keep him from firing back.
Exactly.
And let's see, Kylo only has 3 health left. with a range 1 shot, that could be a dead Kylo.
Yeah.
Leaves it on 1 crit.
Wounded
that is
pilot.
Wounded pilot. So every time that he performs an action, he rolls and might take a stress. Looks like he is out of modification options for
Just
the
the
turn.
hit crit. Safe.
Safe.
Yeah. Now again in that turn, Javier just 95 to 93. Couldn't be really any closer here. Sub 20 minutes.
And all that Javier needs for more points is 3 damage on either ship.
Yeah.
But ultimately, Shirinu probably dies this next turn.
I think so, right? Because you have Tavson and Kylo.
Yeah, Tavson and Kylo are both coming up with firing solutions. And Shirinu only has the 3 hull left. So you need to, I think Javier needs to take something off the board this turn, this coming turn.
And I think
in order
Javier can only take Kylo off the board, right?
Yeah.
Can get the Tavson damage, but if you die in return, that's such a huge point. Like, right, 58 for half is going to get 57 back, right? If you kill Rack. Soontir hasn't really been taking too many shots. Well, it did get a shot there on mine, but not great shots, right?
Yeah.
Now, again, we talked about we need 3 damage on Tavson for damage. Soontir at 2, Rack on 3, 5 total health, right?
Yeah.
And 3 of those are behind 0 agility.
So I think, I don't know. What do you try to get the Lone Wolf to proc?
Oh, is that a
hard to
Jared
say.
Gerard we just saw flip? Yeah, we did.
Oh, it's a Jared Rod. That once every 2 turns happens faster than it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. You almost forget about it.
Yeah.
And I wonder if James forgot about it here in the planning phase.
We'll see. It looks like if he decided to commit too hard with Tavson, then Shirinu could slip the net. Looks like a
Just a 1 bank, right? Might clip this gas cloud.
If Shirinu did a 3 bank, though, I think
And
he
by
might be safe.
clip, I mean go over almost half of it. And then
coming out,
man,
not wanting to take the trade, figuring Tavson can take care of it himself.
You know, but I think if you did the 3 bank here, like you said with Rack, if you boost in, you might have a range 3 shot, right? Oh no, he doesn't want to take any of the damage.
Yeah.
I wonder if James
he's
knows.
really tired of his grandfather
Yeah.
abusing him.
I wonder if James knows he's 2 points behind, right? That's a factor in all of these games.
Yeah.
Do the players know in this moment?
Yeah, but with 15 points left and only 3 hull on Shirinu, you got to think that he's pretty confident.
Yeah.
That he's going to be getting more points pretty soon.
Now Rack flying away, maybe out of arc here for Tavson.
No, I don't think so. And then he doesn't have this. Didn't clear the stress. Doesn't have an action.
No reinforce. We'll have Lone Wolf. If it's range 3, if it's an arc, and Soontir clears the stress.
Clips the cloud.
Yeah.
I think he was thinking that Kylo was going to turn in.
Yeah.
And so it didn't really matter too much. Just gonna get the shot. So Vader.
And Tavson takes 1. He's gonna get another action here.
Yeah. By the time Tavson fires, he's gonna be fully modded.
Yeah. Because that's the only shot for Soontir too, right?
Yeah. But
Just focus.
Javier's in a position where he has to get the damage through.
Yeah. So 3 and 3. Oh. Yeah.
2.
2 no. Yeah, 3.
Yep.
Looks like the
Oh, Shirinu with the money.
1 takes 2. I
2.
think that's half on Tavson.
Yes. Looks like it. So that will be enough for points.
Extending the lead here.
But then if he loses Shirinu this turn.
Oh, it might be range 3 and arc.
All right, looks like a range 3 shot. And that's going to be enough. Yeah.
Takes 4 total. I think that's it for Rack.
So now he's at the point where he has to finish one of the ships with Soontir.
And what a swing back, right? We
Yeah.
just mentioned, the half on Tafson extends the lead, but James downs Rack there with Tafson now in the lead, right? 150, I think in a commanding position too, right?
Mhm.
Because he needs 6 from on Tafson for more points. Needs all 3 on Kylo. Needs to kill something like you said. And he's going over the gas cloud again, right?
Yeah. That's pretty rough. If he wasn't going over the gas cloud this turn, then he could hound Kylo.
Yeah.
Make sure that he stayed out of arc of Tafson, because Tafson does the too hard this turn, and his arc is about there. So you can at least take the 5 straight here and make sure you're out of that arc.
Right.
But then you don't know what Kylo could take the 1 hard boost and be right in your face again. So we'll see. The other issue that James faces here is that even if he does have that sort of a range 1 exchange between Kylo and Soontir, if Soontir has a lucky roll and Kylo blanks out, then Kylo could get killed before he fires at all. And so that would be a winning condition for Javier, with Kylo being dead at that point.
And I just confirmed time, make sure it is 12 minutes left. So last couple rounds, last 3-4 rounds here. If you're the first order player here, do you just run away at this point?
I think you bully with the Upsilon and try to keep Kylo safe.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Because if you lose Kylo in an attempt to kill Soontir, then it's flipped.
Right, yeah.
And then you won't be able to catch Soontir with the shuttle if Soontir doesn't want to be caught.
Yeah, and you've got the good call here. Too hard. Right there. Focus, target lock, reinforced. I think all of those are pretty good options. Target lock.
Okay. Gonna do the reinforce.
Yeah.
Make it as hard as possible for Kylo to get more points. All right. Doing the too hard.
Looking to box out here.
Yeah, coming back in.
Okay. Thanks, Dion. Oh. All right.
All right, doing that barrel roll. Oh, it looks like he's coming in for the boost afterward. He did not take a focus before doing the barrel roll. No, looks like he just did a barrel roll, leaving himself unstressed.
Oh, does he get the block here? Over the gas cloud. Oh, it's going to be tight. Got to go over those beefy wing. Oh, no, yeah, for sure the block.
Oh, and it looks like Soontir's not going to have bullseye either.
Oh, this is almost a really worst-case scenario, right? Not able to get any points from the shots.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. And for those just joining us, this game has swung back so many times. Rack was at half for a long time until James took the rest of Rack, and that puts him in the lead. James has really been fighting uphill, but now he's in a position to win. Soontir's block here takes one away.
Soontir on 1 hull still has to do either 3 damage to Kylo or 6 to Tafson to win it.
It's 10 minutes left. You've got, 2, maybe 3 rounds left here if you play really quickly. And then, again, in position for Kylo to just bully here, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 straight, 3 straight, whatever you want here. Soontir's on 1. Let's see if James tries to just close out the game or just try to play conservatively, right?
Yeah, I think the move here for Soontir is either to do the 1 hard here, or to do the 3 sloop, right? Because you're behind, you have to deal damage. The only way you're going to actually get winning damage is to do it to Kylo.
Yeah, so here's the 1 bank from Tavson. Gets the jam. Oh, it's been such a good action. It's so consistent. And yeah, here comes Kylo with the bully, right?
Yeah. So if Soontir does the 1 hard, he can take the evade to clear the jam and still get the focus.
Yeah.
And just hope that he gets a really good roll into Kylo.
And there's the target from Kylo. Kylo's not worried about this. Soontir I6 may come into a factor, right?
Oh, he did the
yeah,
sloop.
did the sloop.
So he will have bullseye, but the focus will be eaten up by the jam. Stuck in the jam, as you will.
Yeah. And there's the stress.
Yeah. So this is going to be checking for the bullseye. That's not really relevant.
Doesn't have it. Doesn't matter. No
Yeah,
matter.
'Cause
Anyway,
the jam falls off
Yeah.
at the end of the round.
range looks like a range 2-ish shot on Kylo.
It's range 3.
Range 3 now.
He can still get lucky.
Yeah. We've seen so many swings already in the first 2 rounds.
Oh, that is
Just the one
not
crit.
enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gets it in plenty, and here's a range 3 Kylo back. This might be the game. Target lock. Oh, spends both force.
For 2, and that is
that's
just enough.
it. Yep. And that's the game. James was skating uphill for so long, Joel.
Yep. That was, and I think it all comes back down to that first time that Jared Rod was used,
Yeah.
and then going ahead and taking that boost without plotting a blue on Soontir.
Yeah, and for those who are just turning in, Soontir ended up in a position right here over the gas clouds. Gergerod popped, maybe didn't plan for Soontir, took a white, then took a stray loose stabilizer crit, then was forced into a bad position all game long. Even then, though, Javier kept the pressure on, and James had to go win it, and in the end, he does.
Yep.
Right? So, yeah. And so, if you want to support the stream, again, you're watching Gold Squadron podcast coverage of the World Championship Day 1B. All these tokens that you've been seeing throughout the game that you've seen all week long are from CurlPawCreatives.com. We've got a promo code for you, Worlds 2019, for 15% off your order. It's not just X-Wing tokens, it's board game tokens, it's Keyforge tokens as well. And using that code supports us and supports them and makes things like this possible. We've got 3 streams set up here. And again, another awesome round here. We can't wait for the next one. We're going to get late into the day here. Magic number is 5, right, Joel? 5 win is in.
5 and in.
All right, so we're going to pass it back to Dion. Again, thank you for watching our coverage of the X-Wing World Championship.